Hi everyone, my name is Pagulayan from BSBM 202. And for today's video, we will discussing about the 3 common registers of written language. So now, these 3 common registers. These 3 common registers comes from the language registers, which means the different levels and styles of one's writing. And now, let's talk about the first register, which is the formal register. So formal register. Formal register is more appropriate for our business writings and letters to a boss or a strangers. Formal writing is probably the most difficult type of writing. It is impersonal, meaning it is not written for a specific person and it's written without emotions. Some kind of writings are always written in formal style, just like business letter, letter of complaint, announcement, official speeches, and professional emails. In formal register, there is some rules that we must follow. Number 1 is, do not use contractions. In formal writings, you should spell out the contractions. Examples of contractions are, instead of can, we must use cannot. Instead of haven't, we must use have not. And instead of won't, we must use will not. These are just a few examples of contractions. So, number 2 is, spell out number less than 100. In formal writing, we should probably spell out the numbers. As I said, spell out the numbers less than 100. Just like 19, 22, 6, and 88. So now, let's go on rule number 3. In rule number 3, we must write in the third person point of view. In formal writing, we don't usually use first person or second person unless it is a code. In rule number 3, we should avoid using I, you, we, and us. And after that rule number 3, we also have the rule number 4, or the avoid using too much passive voice. In formal writing, we don't usually use passive voice. Instead, we use active voice. Example of passive sentence is, the research was completed by the student in 2009. And for the active sentence is, in 2009, the student completed the research. The number 5 rule is the avoid using slang, idioms, exaggerations, or hyperbole, and cliche. So in rule number 5, slang is a common for informal writing and spoken English. Slang is particular to certain region or area. After that, we have the rule number 6, or the avoid abbreviations and acronyms. In formal language, if we are using abbreviations and acronyms, write it out the complete name first before the acronym appears. Example of this is the United States of America, or the USA. And so now, let's talk about the second language register, which is the informal register. Informal register is a conversational and appropriate when we are writing to our friends and people we know very well. Informal writing is written in the way we talk our family or friends. Some kind of writing can be written in informal style, like personal email, phone text, friendly letters, most blogs, and diaries and journals. There are no major rules in informal writing. With informal writing, you can include things such as slang and cliche, figurative language, acronyms and abbreviations, jokes, personal opinion, and short sentences. Last but not the least, we have the neutral register. We use neutral language register with non-emotional topics and information. Neutral writing is not necessarily formal and informal. It is usually positive and negative, but it is used to deliver the facts. And now I will give you one scenario how neutral register works. Excuse me sir, may I know where the comfort room is? Oh sure, the comfort room is straight ahead. And that's how neutral register works.